Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Four from TradeWinds.com, and this is our update for August 31st, 2016. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. Well, we have another month behind us, and this is one month that we don't mind putting behind us. It's been extremely quiet. Today, we did see a bit more downside. The Dow was down 53 points, while the S&P 500 was down 5 and the Nasdaq was down 9. But I want to switch to the monthly charts for a second. They really put things into perspective here. And if we look at the range, here's the Nasdaq, one of the smallest candles we've seen in a long time. Look at the S&P 500, incredibly quiet. Same with the Dow. So, this has been a real tough market to navigate your way through. And how should you trade a market like this? Well, you have to be very selective. The index charts, if you're looking on a daily, a weekly, a monthly, all show mixed pictures, different picture across the board, very low volume, very low range, very tough market to trade, not many opportunities, certainly more on the intraday charts than the daily, weekly, or monthly, but you got to be very selective, and this is the time to be patient. This isn't going to last very long. If you look back at any chart, you'll see that these very small range candles don't last very long at all. So be selective, be patient. You can lower your size. If you usually trade 10 option contracts, consider trading 3 or 5. Hang in there. Be very, very selective with your setups. Make sure that it is as near perfect of a setup as possible, and just don't trade as much during these months. That's why most traders take vacation time during the month of August anyway. It's just one of those months. But we're heading into September now, and there's a lot going on. Obviously, we have that employment situation report coming up on Friday. There's even much more talk out there about that. I think there's even more focus on it now as we're heading into this latter part of the week than there was at the beginning of the week. And I think that's really going to be something that could move these markets, okay? So we'll look forward to that for sure. Let me just finish off here and show you that today bonds were pretty quiet again, up 20 cents. Gold was down 5 points, not a big deal. Crude, on the other hand, was down $1.65. And again, a very mixed picture. If you look at the daily chart here, it really looks like it's rolling over. If we look at the weekly chart on crude, it also looks like we're rolling over. And the monthly, if you look at the daily and the monthly, the momentum is going in the wrong direction. It's going higher, even though the stock or the futures contract looks like it's rolling over. But on the monthly, much more significant momentum to the downside here. And although it was a positive month, if you look at this candle, we did see some upside. We're certainly not out of the woods yet on crude. And gold also showing some interesting signs, as is the dollar. A very mixed picture across time frames on the dollar. If you look at the monthly here, nicely, it looks totally fine. I think we could actually make a run for these highs on the dollar in the months ahead, while the weekly is completely flat here. Let's look at the daily for a second. Yeah, and that's, we've come a long way recently, but we were certainly in a downward projection here. Now, if you look at this, we've had a lot of sideways action here for a long time, since about May here. But remember, the Fed is going to have a lot to do with the dollar, So keep a close eye on that employment situation report. Our Sunday video will be very, very important, okay? Week's not over yet. We'll be back tomorrow with another update, but then that report on Friday is going to have a lot to do with whether or not the Fed raises rates in September. We'll keep you posted, but that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.